Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we have something truly exciting in store for you. We will explore one of the most renowned short story in American literature, To Build a Fire by Jack London. But what makes this story so extraordinary? It is all about naturalism. You can watch my video Naturalism on my YouTube channel if you are interested. Throughout our video, we will dissect the key elements of naturalism that are found in the story To Build a Fire. We will analyze the setting, the protagonist, existential plight, and recurring motifs that reflects the deterministic worldview of naturalist literature. So get ready. First is harsh natural environment. The story is set in extreme cold of Yangon during the Colombian gold rush. Ryder wrote that the Yunkan lay a mile wide and hidden under 3 feet of ice. Description of the frozen Yunkan River emphasized the extreme conditions of the environment. The hostile and unforgiving natural environment served as a dominant force that shapes the events and outcomes of the story. He also wrote that there was no sun or hint of sun, though there was not a cloud in the sky. That emphasized the harshness and desolation of natural setting. The sub-zero temperature, icy terrain, and constant threat of frostbite and freezing to death highlight the power and indifference of the nature. Next is determinism and survival instinct. The protagonist, an unnamed man, is portrayed as a victim of circumstances rather than a hero. Naturalism emphasizes the deterministic nature of human existence, and man's fate is sealed by his choices and the uncontrolled forces he faces. The man's survival instincts are highlighted as he battles the elements and tries to overcome the challenges posed by the environment. But Jack London wrote that, but all this, the mysterious, far-reaching hairline trail, the absence of sun from the sky, the tremendous cold and the strangeness and weirdness of it all made no impression on the man. This explained the man's disregard for the warning sign and his belief in his own abilities. He also wrote that this man did not know cold. The man's lack of understanding and preparation for the extreme cold is emphasized here. Next is uh, human fragility and hubris. The story explored the limitation of the individual in the face of nature's power. The man's arrogance and overconfidence lead him to ignore warnings and venture out alone in extreme weather conditions. This hubris ultimately lead to his downfall as he underestimated the dangers and his ability to withstand the cold. Jack London here wrote in the story, he knew that he had never been so cold in his life. The man's realization of his vulnerability in the face of the cold. He was losing his battle with the frost. It was creeping into his body from all sides. The man's physical decline, his inability to withstand the cold, is depicted here. Next is focus on realism and detail. Naturalism emphasizes detail and precise description to create an authentic and accurate representation of reality. It is also the element of naturalism. You can watch on my video on naturalism. The story portrays the physical sensation and struggles of the man as he battles the cold. Description of man's physical state, such as his freezing extremities and attempts to start a fire, create a vivid and immersive reading experience. He wrote that the man's red beard and mustache was likewise frosted, but more solidly, the deposit taking the form of ice and increasing with every warm, moist breath he exhaled. Detailed description of man's frozen facial hair emphasized the physical sensation and struggles. He also wrote that he worked slowly and carefully, keenly aware of his danger. Gradually, as the flame grew stronger, he increased the size of twig with which he it, fed it. Detailed description of man's action as he tries to start a fire. Last Second last point is that absence of moral judgment. Naturalism avoids moralizing and assigning blame to character's action. The man's tragic fate is not depicted as a consequence of his moral failing, but rather as a result of his inability to contend with the forces of nature. The absence of moral judgment aligned with the naturalistic belief in the deterministic nature of human existence. Last one is bleak and pessimistic tone. Naturalism often conveys a sense of bleakness and pessimism about human existence. To build a fire maintains a somber tone throughout, reflecting the harsh reality of survival in the brutal environment. The story's ending with the man's coming to the old and the harshness of nature reinforce the pessimistic outlook of naturalism. These all examples illustrate how the text of To Build a Fire embodies the key elements of naturalism, showcasing the nature of power of nature, the deterministic worldview, detailed realism, the absence of moral judgment, and bleak and pessimistic outlook on human existence. So we can say that To Build a Fire is a naturalistic story. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, share and subscribe.